Good morning, it's Saturday, and good morning from Storm Dara as well. 90-mile-an-hour winds today, apparently. That's going to be nice. Anyway, congratulations on making it to the weekend, everybody. I nearly didn't yesterday. Friday was a taxing day at work. Anyway, enough of that. Lucky dip time from Malden Coffee Company. Today, Cuban coffee. So then, Cuban coffee. The Cuban mountains offer a perfect blend between temperature, sun, exposure, humidity and altitude, between 800 to 1800 metres. And this grows the fantastic Arabica bean with a smooth, rich coffee with a clean taste, medium body and sweet acidity. Sounds good. We'll try it then. Good morning. So, Cuban coffee, smooth, rich. I'm neither of those things. Cheers. Yeah, that's a day drink coffee. It's coffee. It's middle of the road, nice coffee. I don't know what else to say about it. It hasn't got any particular notes of anything. It's just nice. So it's Saturday. It's day 7. And looking back at the stats on the last week, it looks like about 700 of you have joined in for this Advent marathon. So that's great, but when I look at the comments, there's only about 30 comments. So Saturday is Lurkers Day. If you're a lurker, leave a comment, say hello. You'll see all the comments from all the usual people. I like the comments from the usual people. I'd like to see some new people. Hello, whoever you are. Happy Christmas, sort of. So Saturday's car is Don White's Dodge Charger. So yeah, this is Don White's Dodge Charger. Now, it started out life as a Pioneer Charger in that kind of street Joker livery with a mismatched wing and various bits and pieces. And it was a street-bodied Dodge Charger, and I thought I'd try and repaint it. I bought it cheap off Innerslot website because it had a flaw in the paint, so they sell off the seconds nice and cheap. Stripped it back, fiddled around with the chassis underneath. There's a video about that, just to get myself a little bit of float in there. Changed the guide over, a few bits and pieces like that. And then stripped it. Now, I'm not entirely sure what it is that Pioneer used to fix the decals to their satin finish paint. But oh boy, if you ever want to stick anything on to anything, use whatever it is that stuff is, because it was a battle. It was about 3 days in the 99% isopropanol alcohol. And even then, it was scrubbing with a toothbrush, and I think I put some wet and dry on it at one point. It took ages to get all of that stuff off. The paint came off okay, but where the decals were, oh, geez. Anyway, having got it all back off, I then decided to set about this car and replace the rear windscreen, because a street-bodied car has a near vertical windscreen and a recess, But the 500 body oval circuit cars are a flush rear window. There's actually a guy on YouTube at the moment converting an old rusty Dodge Charger that he found and grafting a window in just like that to make himself a circuit stock car. So Don White was a USAC stock car driver, not a NASCAR driver, a USAC driver. Look him up. He's a very successful driver and you've probably never heard of him. And he drove a yellow Dodge. So I managed to get hold of some decals from the States, put my own number 3 on the roof. There's a whole video on this. Lowered it down, and because Pioneer do a wonderful set of options and extras and spares, wheels and tyres and all sorts of things, I was able to get the right sort of steel look wheels and the correct Goodyear tyres to go on his car as well. And having tuned it up and fettled it and rounded the tyres off nicely and put a bit of weight in it, actually it runs pretty well. I mean, I hadn't run it for a little while and I ran it again yesterday because I knew I was going to make this video today, and I had quite a lot of fun with it. It takes a bit of driving because it is long and it's a big old beast and the centre of gravity is not as low as it could be. But, you know, if you drive it like a Dodge Charger is supposed to be driven, like a muscle car is supposed to be driven, get the back out a little bit round the corners, you can make really good progress with it. And it is a lot of fun. While I have your attention on the Pioneer stuff, Pioneer, Jules especially, it's December. We're at the end of yet another year. Here's my question. Where is the Cuda? Keep promising it. Still haven't got it, have we? And can you make these as a white kit, please? Because it's a real pig trying to get the paint off them. So there we are. That's Saturday. Another nice mouthful of coffee. And now it's time for Mrs. Slottar's Christmas joke. What did the Christmas tree say when it couldn't solve the maths problem? I'm stumped. Now, the comments are divided on these jokes. Mrs. Slottar only seems to read the positive comments. Have a good weekend. See you tomorrow morning.